So we are Nguyễn Transitory. We're here with our production Suân at Sophiensaele, and this work is about fusing Thai folk dance with experimental music. The audience at Tanz is very experienced with seeing international dance works. The right platform for us to also challenge their perspective of certain things, because our work is in between performance, installation and sound, and we feel this is the right condition to present this work.
Yeah, we definitely feel that Tanz itself has been known internationally as really a site for conversations around dance, and also around practices that are beyond dance, like what is really at the forefront of dance that's happening here, Europe, as well as internationally. And it has really that kind of background and that kind of audience, and it's a great place to be able to put out work here and check responses, and to understand also where one's work sits within this context. I think I wrote down something that I quite want to express. The awareness, right, of both the audience and the performers when we're in the space. This awareness of the piece that is unfolding, the languages that are being spoken subliminally through the movement, through the work. And of course, when one as an audience experiences the work, it goes through a whole different waves and different levels of emotions. And it's not about a single emotion that is being felt, but it's about this whole kind of like unspoken, non-verbal conversation that's been going on between the work, the audience, and the performers as one collective body, somehow experiencing from different perspectives the same moment.
And I believe that some of the audience will experience the notions of care and love, but some will also experience tension or some kind of rupture, and most of the people will be in the push-pull of in between those feelings.
The artistic process of Swan has definitely pushed us to try and understand what it means to compose a piece in the field of dance, rooted, coming from sound, and coming from composing the whole piece from sound. This is of course the background of our practice, but this, with every work, with every group of performers, with every piece is very different, because we work with performers that are all from traditional or folk dance, but from very different forms of traditional and folk dance. So they each bring into the work their own practices too, and how we come together, and the kind of languages or the kind of dialogues that we have, and the kind of outcome of those dialogues is very different. Hence, each piece with each group, it's its own specific piece. And I think this maybe gets lost in the trajectory of our work, because the scenography maybe looks the same in the sense that it works with the same technical framework of having a sound touch activated architecture, right, which is the whole dance floor. But that is where the similarities end, because the sounds themselves are also changing from piece to piece, and the performers, in terms of their background, the dance forms they come from are also different from piece to piece. And of course, the languages that come out of these conversations are completely different from piece to piece. So working in these with these different groups from these different backgrounds definitely pushes us to challenges us to come up constantly with new ways of interacting and new ways of trying to understand how collaborations between contemporary and traditional folk practices can be.
And especially with this group, I would say that it's very special that the piece itself is not a very arty piece. It's more about celebrating collectivity, enjoying life, and be a community together. Also, the audience will be part of the piece as well. So we're celebrating life, we're celebrating that we're all sharing the same space, and appreciating being together. So we hope all of you are gonna come to see our show, since this is a world premiere of the work, and looking forward to see you.